This episode of Rooted in Reaching is brought to you by the Proof of Concept Fund, a microgrant fund from startup South Bend Elkhart. Got an idea but no traction yet? Proof of Concept offers equity-free grants of up to $5,000 to early-stage entrepreneurs in the South Bend Elkhart region. Funds you can put towards things like prototyping, market testing, or customer acquisition. No giving up equity, no strings beyond documenting and sharing your progress. If you're building a scalable startup with a shot at national or global market, this could be your bridge to the next milestone. Proof of Concept is accepting new applications on a rolling basis, and you can learn more and apply at startupsoutbendelkhart.com.
Welcome to a special mini-season of Rooted in Reaching, recorded live during Idea Week. For 1 week, the South Bend Elkhart region becomes a magnet for builders, dreamers, and doers. And this year, we grabbed the mic and started talking. In this series, you'll hear from local entrepreneurs who are doing the real work of building here, alongside some interesting voices who traveled here from outside the region to be part of Idea Week. Same energy, different angles. Some of these conversations are about hometown grit, others bring a fresh outside perspective on what makes this place worth paying attention to. Either way, you're getting an unfiltered look at what's happening when this region's entrepreneurship energy is at its peak. Let's get into it. Maggie, thank you for being on Rooted in Reaching. We're doing these quick little Idea Week sessions, just 10 minutes of conversations with cool entrepreneurs who are here celebrating with us.
Yes.
So let's get started. Tell us who you are.
Yes.
And I think you're a STEAM graduate, right?
Yes.
Or are you actively in the program? You're a graduate.
Graduate.
Anyway, so tell us really quick who you are.
Yes. My name is Margaret. I am originally from Uganda, and I traveled to the US sometime 2024 to pursue my master's, which is the STEAM program, Master of Science in Engineering, Science and Excellence.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I graduated class of 2025. In my other role as a graduate is full-time entrepreneurship, but also I do some work with EnFocus. And I would say, I think one of my biggest things that I've worked on recently is building a board game for fundraising to teach entrepreneurs how to do fundraising.
Yes. So that's what I want to ask you about. So you've built a board game.
Yes.
That's educational in purpose, right? It's
Yes.
meant to teach entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Where did the idea come from?
Yes. So I've been an entrepreneur for at least the last 5 or so years.
Yeah.
I've had a chance to do and practice entrepreneurship across different ecosystems.
Is that also include in Uganda?
Yes.
And the United States? Okay.
Yes. Uganda, the United States. I was fortunate to be invited to try out one of our original flagship products, which is a UriKit, a screening tool for urine infections to help women be able to diagnose and treat infections early.
Great.
Because of the limited lack of access to health services from different communities, like low-income communities around the world. So I had a chance to do a pilot of that in Chile. Unfortunately, the lockdown happened. But it set stage for so many opportunities. I had a chance to pitch at the World Health Summit. I've done some work with different entrepreneurs from Italy, Germany, and just supporting the Ugandan ecosystem from my experience so far, Okay,
so you had a lot of experience, and now you're bringing that together with this game idea.
Yes, so that's kind of where some of these ideas come from. Is one of the challenges I faced and also learned being in the entrepreneur ecosystem is most of the startups don't go a long way because they run out of money. I think it's even it's well known, most of the startups fail because they run out of money. And we realized as a part of the school year, my master's program, we were introduced to a funding new ventures program, but it's not easy for someone without a financial background to be able to understand the jargon. So I thought of what would be, along with some of the colleagues at my current job, is how could we turn the learning experience into something that's more practical? That's how we came up with now the Money Movers board game, to help entrepreneurs how to learn to make these decisions in a risk-free environment.
Exactly. So it's called Money Movers.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had the chance to play it with you a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I have to admit, I also did learn a lot, even though I'm sort of familiar with the jargon myself. It was still, I thought, pretty valuable to put it into the context of early stage, later stage, and the way you design the game.
Yes.
How much work was that to pull it all together into something that made sense?
Yes. So the journey started somewhere in October 2025, and we just thought of reaching out to different entrepreneur support organizations to see what are some of the challenges they face. So being an entrepreneur and having talked to so many different entrepreneurs, I know the challenges in accessing funding, and the landscape keeps changing. Like in like 2016, 2017, the most funded thing was like medtech. Now that has transitioned over the years to oil and gas too. Now we all know AI. And then there is less priority given to funding to entrepreneurs in other sectors. So how do we create more opportunities for founders to take better care of the money that they come with, but also for the investors, how do they get better return on investment on the money that they come? So the board game is not just for entrepreneurs, but entrepreneur support organizations, typical classrooms, and investors as well. Yes.
Who's the prime audience for it? I mean, if you had to pick
one person to take
one
this
person or a group, I guess it's a group game, right?
Yes, it's a group game.
You need a few people. Like who do you think it's best suited for?
I think the first best setting would be entrepreneur support organizations, because they serve the entrepreneur community. I don't know if it would make more sense for one entrepreneur to have it, but if it's played in a group setting across different sectors, you get to learn to compete with different people, but also like how do you make those smart business decisions. We have what we call investment cards, and those have different kinds of offers. Like how do you pick the best offer? Because at the end of the game, the best person should be able to own at least 60% of their company and have a high valuation.
Right.
Yes.
And I thought that was one of the most, I enjoyed that about the game, is that you have to make these choices. Like, okay, I'm going to take money from this person, but then they're going to take equity in my company.
Yes.
How much control am I willing to give up for how much money?
Exactly.
And like being really strategic about that decision making.
Yes.
What's the best thing, or what are the three top things that someone would take away from playing the game?
Yes, I would say learning by doing.
Learning by doing.
Learning by doing, and then the other good thing is it can be an addition to all the games that you have at your house. So you could think of it as a smart way to even teach kids how to take care of money properly. And so like it's a one-time purchase, and you don't have to keep signing up for a course online to refresh your knowledge. You can play it anytime with your friends and fellow entrepreneurs. And the third best thing is, I think, being able to gamify a learning experience. Like take it out of the classroom into a fun and more experiential learning environment.
Yeah, and that's nice. And I think, you know, it can be hard to learn jargon and terminology and like financial statements and everything like that sitting in a classroom, right? It can be pretty dry.
Yes.
So I can see why the idea of gamifying it was attractive and kind of fun. There's the jargon. I enjoyed actually learning the jargon pieces because it's kind of hard to get that stuff in your head.
Yes, it is. But when you contextualize it by playing it out across, for like we start at the pre-seed stage to the seed to the Series A. Like you learn so much along that journey, and then you know what is the valuation of my company at an early stage, and what kind of funding should I focus on. So we have different kinds of cards which also teach you what kind of investment is available. So like the pre-seed stage has the friends and family. And then as you advance to like the Series A, then you get venture capitalists coming into
that makes sense.
funding.
So given all of your experience and the development of the game, like what would your top advice be to a young entrepreneur right now who is a little bit worried about starting something but has a great idea?
I would say, I was a bit surprised we managed to get an MVP in less than a year. And I would say there's never a right time to start. And one thing I think I appreciate about being in South Bend and the entrepreneur community in South Bend is people are willing to share. People are willing to even advise you on how you can improve. Don't be shy to start. I always tell people I've learned that you learn quickly and fail quickly and you pivot instead of staying in a cycle of things not working out or being scared to start at all. So go for it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Maggie, thank you for being on the show with us
Thank you
today.
for having me.
Yeah, this was great talking to you.